Okey. So pada waktu ni ya, kita nak tengok pula soalan yang combination ya. Combination of statement of profit or loss, statement of financial position, ya, statement of changes in equity. Okey. Jadi pada minggu lepas kita sempat buat satu soalan untuk tutorial ya, tutorial untuk tutorial untuk CSOFP, okey, dan juga CSOPL. Okey, kemudian pada minggu ni kita dapat buat CSOPL 1, okey, dan sekarang ni kita akan buat CSOPL, CSOFP dan CSOCIE, okey. Yang mana soalan tu adalah combination ya. So soalan combination ni adalah soalan seperti dalam project paper dan juga dalam final exam lah. Dalam test 1 hanya SOFP saja. Dalam test 2 hanya CSOPL dan CSOCIE. Okey, tetapi dalam project di combination dan dalam final exam pun combination. Okey. So, consolidated financial statement combine ya. Kita tengok soalan 1, fellow subsidiary. Okey. So there are 3 companies, Galanga, Anisid and Cloughs. Okay, Galanga Berhad was incorporated 15 years ago as importer and distributor. Importer and distributor of spices. Spices ni apa, rebah. Ya. Perasa. Jadi rempah-rempah lah sebenarnya. Okay. In Malaysia, is currently listed in the main market of Bursa Malaysia. Recently, Galanga Berhad diversified its activities and expanded its operations by acquisition of shares in Anisid Berhad and Cloughs Berhad. The draft financial statement for Galanga Berhad, Anisid Berhad and Cloughs Berhad for the year ended 31st December 2013 are as follows. Okay, so we are given statement of profit or loss, statement of financial position, statement of changes in equity. Kita tengok ya satu-satu. Okay. So, untuk yang statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, okay, we have turnover, we have cost of sale, okay, and then we have expenses also. Kita pun tak perlu pergi satu-satu ni, kita tak baca lah ya, tapi kita tengok the components tu. Expenses, interest paid. Okay, kat sini ada interest paid. So, interest paid, when the interest is paid by Galanga, okay, we don't have to worry because Galanga is the parent. Tapi kalau interest paid tu pada subsidiary, maka kita kena risau sikit lah. Jadi yang ni dibayar oleh parent ya. Okay. And then profit before tax, taxation, profit after tax. Kemudian ada dividend paid. Then retained earning, opening balance 20, 150, 130,000 and 115,500. Then followed by statement of financial position of the 3 companies. Okay. Ya juga. Yeah. So we have 3 companies, Galanga, Anisid and Cloughs. Okay. We start with property, plant, equipment here. Okay. And then investment in Anisid. Yeah. Investment in Anisid. The second company here is Anisid. Investment in Anisid. The consideration transferred is 470,000. And then ada pula investment in Cloughs. Investment in Cloughs 295,000. Ada pula investment yang ketiga iaitu investment in Cumin. Investment in Cumin. But looking at the amount, it is very small amount. Probably it is a simple investment. Probably it is a simple investment. Tapi kita tengok dulu lah kita punya additional information. And then it has also financial asset for Anisid and also current asset for the 3 companies. Yeah. And then for the equity side, they have ordinary share of 1 ringgit each, retained earning, 4% debentures for the Galanga, and current liabilities. Everybody is having current liabilities. The following information is relevant to the preparation of group financial statement. Okay, A, on 1st July 2010, Galangga Berhad acquired 300 million ordinary shares in Anisit Berhad for 470 million. At which date there was a credit balance on the retained earning of Anisit of 150,000. No shares have been issued by Anisit Berhad since Galangga acquired its interest. As at 1st January 2013, goodwill on acquisition has been impaired by 20 million. So quite complete information given. Yeah. Acquisition happened on 1st July 2010. Now 30th June 2013. Now 31st December or 30th June 2013. Tengok balik. 31st December 2013. Many years ago. About 2-3 years ago. Sebenarnya kita kena pasti 1 Julai ni berapa tahun yang lepas? 1 Julai 2010. Jadi 31st December 2010, 6 bulan. 2011, 2012, 2013. Jadi maknanya Galangga acquired Anisit ni 3 tahun setengah yang lepas. 3 tahun setengah yang lepas. Okay. Kemudian yang kedua, B. On 1st July 2011, Julai juga, Galangga acquired 210 million ordinary shares in Club Berhad for 25 million. Okay, tadi kita tak calculate lagi how many percent Galangga acquired ordinary share in Anisit. How many percent? 300 million out of 500 million. How many percent?
60%.
60%. Okay, good. Okay. What about Galangga acquired 210 million ordinary share. 210 million out of 300 million. How many percent? $210 out of 300.
70%.
70. 70% kan? Yeah. Ordinary shares of Club for 295 million, at which date there was a credit balance on retained earning 100 million. No shares have been issued by Club since Galangga acquired its interest. On 1st January 2013, Galangga Berhad acquired 15% equity interest in Qmin Berhad for 10 million. When the retained earnings of Qmin showed a credit balance of 1 million. No shares have been issued by Qmin since Galangga Berhad acquired its interest. The investment is classified as available for sale. The fair value of this investment is estimated to be 10.2 million. Okay, jadi betul lah yang 15% investment in Qmin ni, this one is a simple investment and the simple investment will be stated at fair value. Okay, the only issue here is the cost is 10 million. And the cost is 10 million. But the fair value on 31st December is 10.2 million. There is an increase by 200,000. So yang itu fair value gain lah. Fair value gain. During the current year end, 31st December 2013, Club Berhad sold goods worth 4 million. Club ni siapa? Club adalah subsidiary yang kedua. Club sold goods worth 4 million to Galangga, making a profit of 25% on cost. 1 quarter of these goods remain in the inventory of Galangga Berhad at 31st December 2013. Okay, jadi kat sini kita boleh tengok kan, Club ni dijual sebanyak 4 million tetapi hanya 1/4 saja yang belum terjual. So, how much is the unrealized profit? Okay, the unrealized profit is 25 over 1 to 5 time 4 million time 1 quarter. Jadi itulah jawapan dia, unrealized profit dia. It is Galangga policy to measure the non-controlling interest at its proportion to the fair value of the identifiable asset of its subsidiaries on acquisition date. Jadi kita menggunakan partial goodwill untuk kita calculate non-controlling interest. Required Prepare the consolidated statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income of Galanga Berhad Group for the year ended 31st December 2013 and the consolidated statement of financial position of the group as at that date. Okay, this is actually an MIA qualifying examination. So soalan ni adalah soalan qualifying examination MIA tahun 2013. Okay, so siapa boleh jawab ni, maknanya bolehlah jadi ahli MIA. Masa tu lah, ya. Okay, so anything you want to ask about the question? Who is the acquirer? Galanga is the acquirer. Okay, who are the subsidiaries? Anisit and Club. What is the date of acquisition? 1st July 2010 for Anisit and 1st July 2011 for Club. Betul?
Betul.
Okay, kemudian kita listkan. Okay, mula-mula kita calculate pula kita punya percentage. Percentage just now. Ya, Galanga in Anisit is 60%. Okay, Galanga in Club is 70%. Dan kemudian kita senaraikanlah dia punya fair value of net asset. Okay, kita pergi kepada jawapan dia. Hopefully kita dapatlah tamatkan buat soalan ni pada hujung kelas. Okey, kita tengok sama-sama. Kat sini dia punya analisis Analisis untuk percentage of holding kat situ. Okey. Jadi Galanga. Okey, Galanga direct in Anisit is 60%. Kemudian NCI dia 40%. Date of acquisition 1st July 2010. And the cost ataupun consideration transferred is 470,000. Okay, and then Galanga in Club 70%. NCI 30%. Date of acquisition 1st July 2011 and the cost is 295, whereas Galanga direct interest in Cumin is 15%. Okay, date of acquisition 1st January 2013 and the cost is 10 million. Okay, so what we have to do? We have to calculate the goodwill or bargain purchase for Anisit and Club. Anisit and Club ni untuk Cumin kita tak payah calculate lah. Anisit and Club. Okay, so Anisit and Club. Okay, is it big enough dia punya gambarnya?
Okay, Prof.
Okay, ya. Kalau tengok dekat laptop, okey lah ya. Kalau tengok dekat telefon mungkin kecil. Okey, so kita tengok satu dulu, Anisit. Jadi bila kita tengok Anisit ni, kita tutup lah yang sebelah tu, glove kita tutup sekejap ya. Okey, so goodwill. For calculating the goodwill, okay, the first step is what? The first step is to show the consideration transfer. Yeah. Can everybody find 470,000 from the question?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
Prof.
You can find, yeah. Okay. So next step is what? Fair value of net asset, yeah. Fair value of net asset of Anisit comprised of share capital 500,000 and retained earning 150,000. Is there anything else? General reserve ke, ARR ke, tak ada kan? Kita ada dua item saja, share capital dan retain earning. Totalkan 650,000. Okay. From that 650,000, iaitu step 2, we calculate the non-controlling interest, step 3. That is 40%. So 650 times 40% equal to 260. Betul ke? Cuba tekan calculator. Betul 260? Okay. So 470 plus 260 is equal to 730. Then we compare with the fair value of net asset, 650. There is a goodwill of 80,000. Goodwill of 80,000, and there is an impairment on 31st December 2013 amounting to 20,000. Therefore, the balance of goodwill on 31st December 2013 is 60,000. Okay, settle for Anisit. Now we calculate the goodwill or bargain purchase for Cloughs. Cloughs, from the question, the consideration transferred, okay, is 295,000. Do you all find 295,000? Yes?
Prof.
Okay, 295,000. That's the first step. And then we show all the fair value of net asset acquired that comprise of share capital 300,000 and retained earning 100,000. This is from additional information, yeah, in the Word file. Okay, 300 and 100. So totalnya adalah 400,000. 400,000 to find the non-control interest, we multiply with 30%. 30% multiply with 400,000 equal to 120,000. So the fair value of investment is 415,000 compared to fair value of net asset 400,000. The balance is 15,000 goodwill. So for this Clough, there is no impairment. It means the goodwill remain 15,000 until 31st December 2013. Okay, so that is the first step to calculate the goodwill. Next, what we will have to do. Okay, we are going to analyze. Yeah, we are going to analyze the balance of financial statement. Analyze the balance of financial statement. Okay, the first analysis is analysis brought down. Okay, analysis brought down. So for the analysis brought down, okay, we are going to start with the value of NCI. The value of NCI, based on the calculation of goodwill just now, is Anisit 260,000, Clough is 120,000. Next, the retained profit of Anisit on 1st January 13. Retained earning of 1st January 13 is 130,000. And retained earning on the date of acquisition is 150,000. So do you see this? Okay. From 1st January 13, okay, actually from 1st July, from 1st July 2010, the company is suffering losses for 20,000. Suffer losses for 20,000. Sebab apa? Sebab on the date of acquisition is 150, but on 1st January 13 is 130. Jadi dia loss. Loss pun kena agih juga. Loss 20,000 kali dengan group punya percentage. Group punya percentage tadi sebanyak 60% dan non-controlling interest sebanyak 40%. Clough pula, okay, Clough-nya ada sedikit keuntungan. Clough, retained earning on 1st January 13 is 115.5. On the date of acquisition is 100. Okay, 100. So the balance is only 15.5. 15,500. Out of this amount, 70% goes to the group and the balance, okay, 30% goes to the non-controlling interest. Okay. Next is Galanga. Galanga retained earning on 1st January 13. It is 20.15. It's 20.15. There is no adjustment. There is no adjustment. Therefore, it is 20.15. Okay. So from here we can add all together the group retained earning. Group retained earning totalnya adalah 19 saja. Manakala NCI is 376.65. Very big amount ya. So maknanya group ni dia tak banyak profit lah sebenarnya. Kemudian analysis of financial statement carried down ya. We start with the two figures 260 and 120 on the date of acquisition for Anisit and Clough. And then retained earning of Anisit brought down. Plus carried down ya. Sebenarnya kita nak analyze carried down. Okay, tetapi sebab ada adjustment tu. Sebab ada adjustment ya. Jadi Anisit ni dia retain profit brought down adalah 130,000. Okay. Kemudian profit for the year adalah 17,360. Ya, 17,360. Kemudian on the date of acquisition kita ada 150,000. Jadi masih loss lagi. Ya, Anisit ni continue to suffer loss. Sampailah 31 December 2013 pun masih loss lagi. Tetapi lossnya semakin kecil. Tinggal 2.64 saja. 2.64. Jadi 2.64 pun kena agih juga untuk group 1.58. Untuk NCI 1.06. Okey. Manakala Clough pula telah meningkat sedikit dia punya keuntungan. Retained earning on 1st January is 115.5 plus profit after tax for the year 9.03. Retained earning on the date of acquisition 100 negatif. Kemudian ada unrealized profit on inventory sebanyak 200,000 lah. Sebanyak 20,000, sorry, 20,000. Okey, daripada tadi jualan tadi mana sekejap. Clough sold goods worth 4 million. 4 million tinggal 1 million lah. 1 million kali dengan 25% bagi dengan 125. Betul lah 200,000 jadi 200,000. Okey, 200,000. Tadi semua dalam juta ni 130 juta, 17.36 juta, 150 juta, 2.64 juta, ini 115.5 juta, ini 9.03 juta, 100 juta, 200,000 unrealized profit on inventory. So dapatlah 24.33 million. 24.33 million kita agihkan kepada parent 70% dan NCI sebanyak 30%. 30%. Okey. Galanga. Galanga retained earning brought down 20.15 plus current year profit 22.68. Kemudian dia bayar dividen 9 million dan goodwill impairment sebanyak 20 million. Jadi tak besar juga profit dia 13.83 million. Campur semua sekali dapat 29.28. Manakala NCI semakin besar 386.24. 386.24. Betul semakin besar. Tadi 376, sekarang 386. Jadi group retained earning 19, sekarang ni 29, naik 10. Lebih kurang lah untuk kedua-duanya. Okay, what is next? Next is to show the statement of profit or loss. Okay, statement of profit or loss. Ini dia. Okay, yeah. Consolidated statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the year ended 31st December 2013. Okay, kita ada turnover. Turnover kat sini kita perhatikan analisis dia. Turnover of Gelangga 67. Turnover of Anisi 34.7. Turnover of satu lagi Clough 23.8. Dan kita tolak dengan 4 million intercompany sale. Cost of sale sama juga kita tolak dengan 4 million intercompany purchase. At the same time kita add back, kita add back 0.2 million untuk unrealized profit. So I hope by now you understand why we have to add back the unrealized profit, supaya closing inventory itu will be stated at cost, bukan stated at cost plus profit. Next, interest expense. Okay, interest expense adalah interest expense of the three companies. Okay, 7 plus 3.5 plus 4.6. Tidak ada apa-apa adjustment. And then we have impairment of goodwill just now, 20 million, sorry. Profit before tax. Taxation is combination of the three companies, 9.72, 7.44 and 3.87. Kemudian kita dapat profit after tax. So, bila sampai profit after tax, kita akan kena kira kita punya profit after tax attributable to the non-controlling interest and to the parent. Okay. Kemudian at the same time tadi, in addition to profit after tax, we have one other comprehensive income. That is fair value gain of investment in Qmin, amounting to 0.2 million. 0.2 million ataupun kita kata 200,000 lah. 200,000 kat situ. Okay. So start calculate the profit after tax attributable to the non-controlling interest. We see the calculation below. Okay. Profit after tax attributable to non-controlling interest from Anisit. Anisit profit after tax for the year is 17.36 million. Okay, 17.36 million. And the percentage held by NCI is 40%. So, 17.36 million times 40% equal to 6,944,000. Whereas Clough, Clough, the profit after tax for the year is 9.03 million minus unrealized profit of goods, 200,000. The balance of profit available to ordinary shareholders, 8.83 million times 30% equal to 26.9 million. Okay, 6.944 million plus 2.649 million equal to 9.593 million. And this amount is profit after tax attributable to non-controlling interest out of total profit after tax of 28,870,000. So the balance that belongs to the parent is 19,277,000. And 19,277,000. Whereas for the total comprehensive income attributable to the non-controlling interest and to the parent, okay, since the other comprehensive income just now is belong to the parent, so there is no adjustment to the total comprehensive income attributable to the non-controlling interest. The value is still the same, 9593. Okay, 9593. Next, our next step is to show the consolidated statement of financial position. Okay, consolidated statement of financial position. We start with property, plant and equipment first. For the property, plant and equipment, there is no adjustment. There is no adjustment, therefore we just add the three companies' property together. 175.88 plus 552.12 plus 417.530, that is equal to 1145.53 million. Goodwill. Goodwill, just now we add the goodwill of the two companies, goodwill of Aniseed and goodwill of Clough together, and then we minus the impairment, 20 million. And then we have investment in Qmin. Now investment in Qmin increased to 10.2 million. Okay. At the same time, one of the company is having financial asset. Okay, iaitu Aniseed lah, the financial asset. And the current asset is current asset of the three companies together. Okay, total asset is 1441720. Then we go to share capital. Share capital is share capital of the parent only, 900,000. Retained earning, just now we calculate, we arrive at this retained earning from the analysis of financial statement carried down. Yeah, analysis of financial statement carried down, we arrive at these figures. Okay, we arrive at this figure, so we don't have to calculate again. We don't have to recalculate. We simply take the figure from the analysis kat sebelah ni. Ni ya, sebelah ni. Analisis di sebelah ni 29.277 386.24. Okay. Kemudian kita ada, of course lah, kita ada other reserve tu. Ada reserve sebanyak 0.2 tadi. Okay, next we have 4% debentures. 4% debentures is debenture of the parent. Okay. Kemudian kita ada current liabilities. Current liabilities of the group comprise of current liabilities of the parent, of Aniseed, as well as the current liabilities of Clough. Dan last sekali untuk soalan ni, okay, we want to prepare the consolidated statement of changes in equity. Okay, statement of changes in equity will start with balance brought down. Balance brought down of group retained earning. Lepas tu ada reserve, okay, dan juga non-controlling interest. Okay, so balance brought down, we are going to get the figure from analysis of financial statement brought down, whereby the balance of group retained earning is 19 million and the balance of non-controlling interest is 376,650. Yeah. And then there is a fair value gain during the year. Okay, we will include this one under other reserve lah. Yeah, other reserve. Okay, ini kita panggil other reserve. And then we have profit after tax for the year attributable to the group 19.277, and for NCI is 9.593. And lastly, we have ordinary share dividend. Ordinary share dividend paid by the parent 9,000. Kita ada masa sikit lagi, kalau ada nak tanya apa-apa soalan, saya bersedia untuk. Yang sebelah ni adalah dia punya soalan lah. Soalan tu kita dah tengok daripada file tu. Okay, jadi saya bukalah pada apa-apa soalan nak tanya. Jadi kita tak akan buat soalan yang kedua hari ni lah. Soalan yang kedua insyaAllah pada hari yang berikutnya. Pada hari berikutnya iaitu hari Rabu insyaAllah. So hari ini saya nak biarkan awak untuk tanya apa-apa soalan kalau ada. Is there any question? Okay, so far kita dah, kelas kita ni dah masuk minggu yang keempat. Dah masuk minggu yang keempat. Jadi, I do not really know, okay, how far you have understood about this subject. Jadi saya tutup dulu rakaman ni sekejap.